Hi, YouTube fans. This is Jerry. I'm uncoordinated, and my hand-eye movement or coordination is not good. So this is for you, like me, right there. That is where the quest starts. That right where that star is in the Grotto region, just below the maze. And I start from the top of the mountain where Van Norbis is hanging out. There he is. And I sped this up so you wouldn't have to see me walk. And take a flight down. Now, sometimes it gets a little cold, so you may have to switch um, outfits to take care of the cold or take something for cold, but just switch outfits temporarily to fight the cold. This little arch, this is where I like to fight the first guy, which is Moldu King. He's amazingly susceptible to shock arrows, but to get him out, what I use is bomb arrows. Shock arrows just don't get his attention, so I throw some bomb arrows down there and try to get him to come out. But once he comes out, then shock arrows work really well. There he is, shock arrow. Okay, sometimes I come up short. Moldu King is just a little bit harder than regular Molduga, which is not really that hard. There's the bomb arrows. Yeah, for a little bit more punch. There he is. That got him. Fly down. Use a shock type weapon. Does a real good job against him. And this is that right there is a demonstration of how susceptible he is to the shock arrows. In this area, there's a lot of these pillars, so you could hide behind them. But once he pops out, just shoot him with shock arrows. That should take him in. Bomb arrow here and there. When you're in the air, finish him off with shock arrows, because he'll knock you in the air. And when that's done, the shrine pops up, and you get 2 golden bows. At least that's what I got. And the weapons are pretty decent. Just ignore that smoke. It's from something else. And we get big or small. Hasn't said it yet, but that's what it is, big or small. First thing you do is come up, grab one of the small blocks. And all you have to do is put it somewhere about in between these 2 little balls. That's in the water. The water transmits electricity quite well. Just let that sit there. Then grab the next little ball, little little metal block, and we're going to slide it in there, but we're not going to keep it there. We're just keep it there long enough to elevate that platform. Once the platform is elevated, take it out. We are going to use it someplace else. Then there's a little metal ball hanging down from a chain. Take that and throw it over that little bar. My computer was glitching that day, or my switch was glitching that day, so I don't know why it's loading in the air, but nonetheless, it got the desired effect. I'm going to take the little ball and little block, metal block, and we're going to put it on that platform that we raised to continue and complete the circuit so we can get electricity from the beginning all the way over there. Then we're going to grab the big block, and this may have confused a few people, but you take the big block and you kind of just put it in that area there, but then you're going to use cryonis to lift it up because you need to get electricity from where it is over to the right and above to complete the circuit. So cryonis will actually lift up the block. And there it is. Now it doesn't automatically, the way I did it, the block kind of shifted, so I had to go back and readjust the block to complete the circuit. There you go. Circuit complete, doors open. But there is another part of the puzzle. Besides going and completing the shrine, you go over here to the right, and there's one of these little things where you get to move around your controller. The whole object is to get those moving platforms. Believe me, they're going to be moving. You're going to be moving your controller to adjust the laser, and every time the laser hits one of those little crystals, it's going to stop the platform. The first three were not that bad. The last one, although it is fast. See, I got the first three. Now the last one, I sped this up. It doesn't really go that fast, but it does go pretty fast, and it requires a little bit of coordination and timing. But basically, you're trying to get the circuit to complete over to the right-hand side. That way, it will open up the chest over on the right. And this actually took me a while, which is why I sped this up. Didn't want you to sit here and get bored with watching me try to do this, but it just take very quick, precise movements. Like I said, I'm not real super coordinated, so I had a little bit of time. Some people can, like, bam, there it is. Like, there it is. I finally got it. I think it took me like 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Anyway, once you get that, hit the B button and make a mad dash over to what's over in the chest. It is a radiant shield. Big whoop. Not a real big thing. whether you want to go for that or not, it's up to you. If you need a shield, if you want something pretty, but there's a whole lot better, more pretty shields out there. So you don't really have to go through that second part. And we got the first Norbis emblem. Okay, the next part. We're going to start at the shrine just outside of Grotto City. And we're going to go over to where that star is, just just northwest of Grotto City. There's like a little 4-pillar structure that you're headed for. But there's going to be one of the Grotto girls out there. Go to her. She's going to tell you some things, but don't take her sand seal. It will upset her. But there's going to be some other sand seals there. Go ahead and sneak up on one of those. I had my stealth gear on, so even with that, I had to crouch and sneak up really, really slowly. There's the lady. She says, "That's mine," so leave it alone. So there's others. So go find one of the other ones, sneak up on it, and what you're going to do is you're going to go through the blue rings. This task is not real hard. See, I didn't crouch that time. I was a bit too outward. So I got a little bit close and I crouched and I went a little bit slow. Alright, crouching, just edging up, edging up. Sand seal is not a care in the world. And I got him. And see the blue object out there? You're supposed to go through there. And you have a time limit to do this. This is probably the easiest one. All you have to do is control your sand seal. Hit A few times for dashing. Whenever you see a monster pop up, hit dash and you'll dash right on by him. Controlling the sand seal is not hard, but keep on hitting dash and keep the sand seal going, and he'll keep you going through all the light rings. This one seems hard, but it wasn't really that hard. Again, whenever you hit those things, hit the dash button, and the sand seal goes way faster than they can run. And once you complete going through the light rings, the next shrine pops up. The Takama Shiri Shrine. You could just ignore the electrical Zolfos or yellow Lizalfos, what they're really called, um, or just barrel on into the shrine and continue on. Dual purpose. Dual purpose in that the blocks move around. They act as an electrical transmitter and something you want walk on. You will want to have your electrical gear on or have some sort of electrical protection, because that electrical, if you don't have any electrical protection on, you are going to die. Basically, you line up the blocks so we can get some electricity from the yellow crystal, green crystal, to the blocks and over the other side. But then the one block, you're going to have to move over to the left a little bit so you can complete the circuit and get the door open. And there it is. Looks like there's a whole lot of things going on over there, but not really. Basically, first you're going to walk across the metal blocks, but you're gonna go along the walkway that's on the side, and you're going to move the blocks around so you can get the electricity from the green crystal over on the other side of the room to the gate. So the first one, you're going to slide that one all the way over there, and then the block that you just walked on in on, you're going to take that and slide it down so you can get electricity to the block that you just sent all the way down there. And it doesn't matter if it's diagonal. Link can walk across that really easy. I jumped. This is a bit of a challenge. There is a room on the back left side that has a chest in it that you need to get stuff out of. But in order to do that, you need to move the blocks around so we can get electricity to that gate. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move the blocks around, because there's only one source of electricity in this room, and it's on the right hand side, so you have to kind of make a bridge. Can't get that bottom block too far away. The bottom block has to basically stay right where it is. But the second block up on the second level, you could take that one and move it over a little bit so the electricity is still flowing to it. And you move the bottom one, you move it over to the right a little bit. Okay. Now the bottom one you leave right where it is. The second one you move over to the right a little bit, and that completes the circuit. So it gets you to the back door, or that hidden back room. And there is a royal bow in there. In my case, it was a level 36, which is pretty good. Royal bows are good. Now that you have the royal bow, it doesn't really matter what you do with the blocks. But what we do need is we need to get electricity to the door all the way at the top. So I took the very top one The one was on the left, and I moved it all the way over to the right. Now the trick is to get up there. Now these square blocks you can't walk on, so you have to move them around just like that. I believe I had to move the bottom one. There you go. I have to move the bottom one over to the right because basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to climb up on the first one, walk over that one, climb up the other one, and climb up there. Now once I'm there, now the block I slid over over to the right. Well, I have to move things around, and basically the circuit to open up the door is over on the left hand side. So I had to take that one that I moved over to the right, move it over to the left. That gets a block there. Then I moved to the other block so they kind of staggered. So we could eventually get electricity to the terminal on the left. Now the only one that really has to stay there is the one on the top right, because that's the one you're going to climb up to get up there. Once we get electricity, you just go over, you climb up that one block, and out you go. And you get the second Norbis orb. Or Norbis emblem. Then the third challenge is going to be in your favorite and my favorite place, not the Yiga clan. Um, Basically, what I did is I traveled over to a shrine that was near there, right there, and I walked over to the pit. So I just traveled from the shrine at Grotto to the Kutakar shrine. Again, it gets cold there, so you're probably going to have to switch your cold weather stuff. But once you the get to the Shia clan and their pit, it won't be cold there. There's going to be a whole bunch of monsters there and a whole bunch of things to encounter. Just go through and fight them. Um, you're going to need their parts anyway to upgrade your stuff. So just go ahead and fight them all. I sped this up so you wouldn't have to painstakingly watch me go through all this. Anyway, you end up down here at the shrine. Well, at where the ball pit where you sent the original leader down. Basically, the door you came out, you're gonna go back in. There's this dude. Um, Talk to him for a minute, but you don't have to. The door's gonna be open. You can just walk in. Um, you want to switch to whatever armor you have that has the strongest attack. I myself have the Fierce Deity, and at the moment it was at a level 3, so it was pretty strong. But if you don't have that, just get whatever the strongest armor that you have, strongest attack up. Now here, this is important. There's only one guy you really have to worry about in the whole thing, in this whole area, and that's the guard that walks back and forth. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to sit here and we're going to watch him. He's going to come out, look around, and he is going to start walking back. Well, apparently I did not switch my outfit. Oh, okay. I switched to my stealth stuff. Okay. You're gonna sneak up on him and do a sneak attack, and hit him a couple of times. Hit him until he dies, because I I hit him once and he didn't die, and then I ended up dying. Anyway, you go back up around. You go back up the ladder, the same ladder you went up to get that chest before, and where all the bananas were. Well, that's where the orb is that you have to go get. So just run back there, grab up all the bananas. You don't have to, but mighty bananas are kind of a nice thing to have. But grab the ball and run back down the hall. You don't have to deal with you killed the one bad guy that was in your way, and you don't even have to throw the ball down. Just jump, and you won't die. You're going to go out this door, and you're going to make an immediate right. You're going to go all the way to the wall, and your entire pathway is blocked by these things. So whatever Yiga guards are there, they won't see you. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to take that ball and you are going to throw it into the pit. Away you go. Doing, doing. Once it gets to the bottom, your third shrine is going to pop up. Run around, get the Kuromo shrine. Sorry, don't know why I'm just standing there. We'll get going. Anytime you're ready, Link. Did you fall asleep or what? There we go. All right, this is another one of those fun ones. The way you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to shake this little ball around and count how many balls. But I'm going to tell you what's there. Basically, the pink ball goes in the first slot. The green ball goes in the second slot. The yellow one goes also in the second slot, indicating there's two balls. And the purple one, there's four of those, so it goes in the fourth slot. Throw those in there in their respective spots, and the door opens. There it goes. Now off to the right, there is another challenge. But in order to really get it, what you need to do is you need to use magnesis, and you need to open up the bottom of that block of that thing. But before you can do that, you have to go up and you have to turn it around so the bottom of it is actually facing you. So that's the block. Basically, we're going to turn it. Just turn it so the bottom is towards you. There's a door on the bottom actually. Hit the B button, go running back over there. You're going to use magnesis and you're going to pull that door open. Pull, 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 pull. You can do it. You can do it. There you go. Everything falls out. All the little balls. Now the ones you're concerned with right now are the non-colorful metal ones. There are three of them, which means you take one of them and put it in position number 3 over there on the right. Now, the weapon you get for that, it's real exciting. I didn't need it, but it's there. You get a Thunder Sphere. But if you didn't get this time, you can always go back and you can get it. So just if you don't need it right now, just leave it in the chest and you can go back and get it. And when you're done, you can notice the monk's out there, but that's because I did this after. And you go to the monk and you get your third Norbis word. Yeah. Now your task is to go over to Van Norbis. I recorded this. How you fight Van Norbis is kind of it's you fight your method. But here's a few things to remember. One, make sure Memphis Grace is fully charged. So you got Memphis Grace. You're going to need that. Um, it's going to give you an outfit of its choosing, and it doesn't have shock resistance. They say it does, but it doesn't. So before you go in, make sure you take um, a level 3 electrical resistant meal, and make sure you maximize your hearts with a heart healthy meal. The heart with that the heart healthy meal and the level 3 electrical resistance should get you through. Um, the dude that you're going to fight, he's fast. Um, they give you um, the scimitar and an individuality to fight with. The scimitar takes care of you in most of the battle. Um, and you also have the original Urbosa's Fury. You're going to get a better one here, but basically during the second part, you can use Urbosa's Fury to bring him down, like when he's dropping those metal things that zap you. You don't have to grab those with magnesis, but basically you're chase after this dude, and with the 3 times electrical resistance, he can't zap things out of your hand, and that way you have a chance to go and get him. That shield he's carrying, from what I hear, you have to break that twice to get to the second one, and it's actually not that hard, but it is. Um, don't take this lightly. It's not an easy thing. It may take you a couple of times, but have the electrical protection. That's what really helped me. And then Mepha's Grace comes in. She fills up your heart when he takes care of when he gets you finishes you off. Also, make sure you have a full complement of fairies. You could have 5 fairies. Make sure you have the 5 fairies. Now, see, those are the blocks he's dropping. If you use a Urbosa's Fury, it's going to bring him down. You don't have to grab one of those. See, it knocked him down. You run over there and you womp on him. He's not gonna throw down those blocks anymore. So you can go and just womp on them. You got 3 Urbosa's Furies. Um, this is the time to use them. Uh, at one point, your scimitar is going to break. Switch to the other one, and also make sure Daruk's protection is up and running. You have full Daruk's protection. You need all 3 of them. See, scimitar broke, so I had switched to the 2-handed weapon. The only thing you have to protect you against his laser is Daruk's protection. But that shield, you just break that a couple of times and then womp on him. See, he tries to zap you, it just doesn't work, not with level 3 electrical protection. Believe me, I tried this without electrical protection. It didn't work, I died like 2 or 3 times until I realized, oh, electrical protection. And you finally get him. Thunderblight. Cannon is dead for the second time. And for that, you get upgraded Urbosa's Fury. Basically, it charges a whole lot faster. No more waiting around for 20 minutes for Urbosa's Fury to recharge. And I ended there. Didn't want to bore you with Kasa's song. Hope you enjoy it. Subscribe, please. I'd appreciate it. I'm new at this, so comment, be nice. Thanks. Have a great day.